What's up guys, EasyGoingMC back with another Minecraft tutorial. Today we're going to be taking a look at a Piglin Bartering setup for Minecraft versions 1.16 and up. I'm really happy with this design. I think it's really great for a solo survival experience, as it's sort of like the threshold of where, if we went a little bigger, it's going to start requiring a lot more redstone to make it manageable, but it's also not so small that you're going to be getting basically no items per hour. So let's take a little look at this design before we get into a more in-depth explanation of Piglin bartering mechanics. So basically the way it works is you have 4 piglins right here, and as you guys know, if you throw a piglin a gold ingot, it will pick it up and it will hold it for 6 seconds or 60 in-game ticks or 30 redstone ticks, and then we'll throw you a random item. So this also applies if you use a dropper to give them the gold ingot. It doesn't matter if the player throws it to them. So essentially we have it operating on a clock, and as you can see, it will send one to them, and then they'll read it, and then it'll come back, and exactly 6 seconds later they'll drop the items and then get the next thing. So this was from about 10 minutes. We actually filled up 2 double chests just full of items, as you guys can see, and I'll show you exactly what types of items you can get from this, but you can get some really good stuff, so obsidian and quartz, but as you can see, stuff's basically just constantly flowing in. You get a lot of pretty large quantities of items. As you saw, I got 13 gravel from one trade. So these are the items you can get. You can get iron boots and then a book. These are the books with soul speed of 1, 2, or 3, which is a new enchantment. And I believe this is actually the only way to get soul speed. And you get tons of them. They pop up really quick, so it's really easy to get through this. This is the only way to get Crying Obsidian, I believe. You might be able to find it in portal rooms, but I think this is really the only secure way to get it. And this is also the only way to farm nether quartz as well, automatically. So this is definitely a pretty awesome farm. As far as how much gold this takes per hour, given that a piglin can trade every 6 seconds, this farm will use around 2,400 ingots per hour, which is a pretty reasonable rate. That's around 21,000 nuggets per hour, which you can fairly easily build a gold farm that's that fast. So this is definitely self-sustainable with another small gold farm, as long as you're constantly inputting gold. Other than that, guys, I guess we should get into a quick in-depth explanation of how this farm works. There's only a couple really things that I haven't already explained already, more of the math behind it, but if you want to skip to the tutorial, that'll be on the screen right now. But if you do want to understand how this works, let's do a little bit of math. So as I said, if we take a look right here, as soon as this guy picks it up, he'll be reading this for exactly 6 seconds. He'll be analyzing it, looking at the gold for 6 seconds before he spits out an item. So we can actually use this to our advantage, given that it is precise, which makes the fact that we can actually just use a very precise redstone clock. So 6 seconds, that is 20 game ticks, which is 120, because it's 20 ticks per second, so 120 ticks in-game. A redstone tick is 2 in-game ticks, so what we need is a clock that inputs and output, or powers an input every 6 seconds, or every 60 redstone ticks. So this is what we have right here. We have 30 ticks of redstone repeater and comparator delay, and since it has to go around twice, that's 60 ticks. I incorporated an extra tick, so it's actually 62 ticks of delay. That's just to make sure there's enough time for the piglin to pick up the item, just to make sure we're not getting any gold down below. In my testing, when this was just on 1 tick of delay, we were sometimes losing some gold and it was just going into the chest. So we don't want that, so this is definitely the way to go. You have 2 outputs in this case, 2 chests. This is just full now. So you have 2 chests, 2 hopper outputs. It's not fast enough, or it's too quick actually for 1 hopper output. And there are ways, if you were to expand this, because you can't have water in the nether, but you could immediately fire the items into the overworld and collect them there. Or, alternatively, you can use slime blocks and glass in the nether. Slime blocks and ice, rather, in the nether to do it. But that's sort of beyond the scope of this farm. I recommend just have 2 storage systems of each item. You're going to get a ton of items anyways, so it wouldn't be bad to have 2 slices regardless. So that's my recommendation, just have 2 slices on each side, 2 storage systems hooked up to these hopper lines as well. And now I guess we should get into the tutorial of how to build this farm, and I'll meet you guys over at the chest which has all the items that we need in order to build this thing. Let's now talk about what you guys need to build this little contraption. Before we do that though, we probably should turn this thing off given that it's overflowing. So this is what you're going to need, very basic supplies. This can be full blocks, however you need to make sure that these top blocks are spawn proof, so glass, or you could put pressure plates or carpet on top if you want. You're also going to need 4 piglins. These spawn in the nether waste biomes as well as the crimson forest. So you can build a quick platform up here, or you could even build this in the normal nether terrain. Up to you where you want to build it. You can't build it in the overworld or end dimensions as they do turn into zombie piglins. So unfortunately you got to build in the nether. You also need 4 name tags to rename those guys. Let's now get into how to build this farm. It's really quite easy the first couple steps, so let's get right into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to place your 2 double chests. These are your 2 output areas, and then one block apart. And you want to place 3 hoppers coming out from each of them. And you want to place 2 carpets on each side, just like so, for a total of 4. Then what you want to do is just build up some glass, just like so. You're going to place some more glass right here. Just keep placing a little more glass, just like so. Just like that. Then what you want to do is you want to place 4 droppers just like that on either side. Make sure they're one above, otherwise this farm will not work. The next thing you want to do is just place 2 hoppers right here. Another hopper like so. And then you want to drag it out just like that to that point, and you want to come out the other side and do that as well. And then you want to place a chest right here so that half the items go in this direction and half the items go in that direction. Then you can just add another layer of glass, just like so. The next thing you want to do, I think I forgot to put these in the chest. You are going to need 2 trapdoors. So what you want to do for these is you want to put them on this block, the block away from the chest, on that carpet. Otherwise, it will not work. So just like so. And then you can actually go ahead and place some glass right here as well as in the back, all the way up, just like so. Next thing you want to do is you want to place your 4 piglins inside. Make sure they're not baby piglins. I'm not sure if those guys can barter, but I don't think they can. Either way, the adult piglins are the baby piglins would be able to move around, and that's not good. You want them to be trapped in their cell respectively. Once you do that, you're going to want to name tag these guys. And then the next step's a little bit tedious. So what you got to do is you actually have to get a piston to push a block kind of right above their head. Since these guys are standing on the carpet, their hitbox pokes into this block, but you want a glass block there. So what you can do is you can just place piston facing downwards, and this can be a little bit of a pain. Yep, right like that, right like that. Place 2 glass here, and you can get a redstone block and power this on top, and I'll put the glass into place. So I'll do it on the other side real quick. Once you've done that, you should look something like this, and you're actually almost done with the farm. Now you just need to get your rest of your redstone supplies in order to finish it off. So that's all of this stuff right here. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to place a full block right on this dropper. You want to place a slab right here, slab right there, and you're just going to bring your slabs all the way around just like so, and do the same thing on this side. So full block and then a slab. You want to place a redstone dust right here. Make sure it's in the cross formation, not in the dot, like this. Repeater on 1 tick of delay. You want to place redstone dust coming around, repeater on 1 tick of delay, and then a redstone cross right here. The next thing you want to do is you want to place down some more slabs. So another 8 slabs coming back, somewhere in the middle of this, so it can be offset in a different location if you do like. So the first thing you want to do is place a repeater on 2 ticks right here going in that direction. And then the rest of the repeaters are on maximum 4 ticks of delay. And you want to place 4 more coming back in this direction just like so. You want to place 3 more slabs. You want to place a lever here, comparator on subtract mode right here, and then another redstone dust right there. And now if we turn this on, you'll see that every time this gets powered, all the droppers are fired. But the critical thing is, and this is why you had to place the trapdoors on this respective carpet, is because if they weren't, the trapdoors would flicker. So if they are flickering, you got to go back and try to change that trapdoor. Otherwise, the piglins are going to like move around and potentially stop picking up their gold correctly. So you want to make sure you do that correctly. You can go ahead and turn this off now if you want, and The only thing left to do is to put in your gold, and there's a couple of notes I'd like to make about the storage system in general. So obviously one double chest is only about an hour and 15 minutes of AFKing. So you definitely want to put in more gold for this, especially if you're going to be AFKing overnight. So here's what I recommend to do. First off, in order to make it start distributing pretty quick at the beginning, you can place 2 more double chests right here, just like so. And you can begin filling these in with gold as well. You don't need to keep filling these in as you do the farm. It's only using 4 every 6 seconds, which is about how fast this is going to replenish. If actually this is going to replenish faster, hopper speed, because we have 2 chains of hoppers, are going to work faster than 6 seconds. So each chain is going to be able to transport more than 2 items in that 6-second period. But this will help it get jump started for you to begin AFKing, as this is going to immediately distribute it into all 4 droppers. But in order to add more storage, what you can do is just place a hopper right there going into the chest and just sort of build it up just like so. But this is completely optional, as are these. You really only need this chest. You don't even need this storage system. You could even just put it directly into the droppers manually if you really wanted to. But I recommend doing it this way, as it works fast enough where, yeah, you should probably put a decent amount of gold in. Hopefully you have a decent gold farm. I will link a gold farm down in the description that I recently designed that is also future-proof, as it doesn't rely on aggro. So that's definitely good to note. Alright guys, that basically does it for this video. As you can see, these guys are already spitting out their awesome loot. That we don't... Oh, yep, some Crying Obsidian right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below, as well as hit subscribe. I'm trying to put out farm content every week, as well as running 2 Let's Play series. So yeah, hit subscribe if any of that interests you guys. With that being said, hope you all enjoyed. I'm really excited for the Nether update. This is an awesome new mechanic. And yeah, share with your friends also if you like this farm. And I'll stop my very long outro, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye, and have an easygoing day.